lots going on, but as you know, we're our theme all week long has been talking football with some of our favorites. Daniel Jeremiah just in hour number 1, Schlereth yesterday, Tom Pelissero in hour number 2, and continuing that trend, we reach out to our favorites to chop it up. Walter Payton, Man of the Year, and Amazon Prime's finest, Andrew Whitworth, back here on the program.
Hey, Whit.
Man,
what's going on, baby?
That beard looks like in midseason form right now.
Yeah, we just got off the island, baby. We just got off the island. Got back from Maui just this morning.
And I appreciate you hopping on the Zoom. It's good to see you. It's good to see you, man.
Oh man, all is good, brother. You too. Miss you.
Right back at you. This is always a lot of fun. Right here on the Two Handsome Bearded Bald Man edition of the Rich Eisen Show right now. I think, and then, that's what we have in common. By the way, congrats. I don't know if you saw this, the LSU beating Arkansas in a wild, wild College World Series game last night.
Caught a couple breaks in the ninth there, but
you know
what? We'll take it any way we can get it, Rich.
Yeah, man, for sure. All right, let's jump in, Andrew, and your opinion of what to expect of Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh is what, Andrew?
I think obviously it's been a long process all offseason trying to figure out what exactly was going to happen. But, here, listen, I think Aaron is at peace with, really first and foremost, he wanted to make sure that this is what he wanted to do is to continue to play. And I think he had that decision made. He just had some other stuff he wanted to deal with that he was pretty open about, to those close to him. And so, I think right now with him as a Pittsburgh Steelers, I think you're talking about a team that we have said the last couple of years defensively, how they've been driven and really that if they just had that quarterback, they had that guy come make a difference. You look last year, Russell Wilson, when he got in there for a while there at the beginning and was really efficient and playing well, they look like a team that could go compete. And people thought them as one of the better teams in the AFC. And I think Aaron Rodgers will be that and more for them. And you add DK Metcalf to that. I think that they'll find a way to be successful. I just think the problem for them is going to be that division. Cincinnati Bengals, I think, are going to be back to probably what we've seen probably at the end of the year last year, maybe not that explosive as they were, but I think they're going to be a really good football team. I think the Ravens are going to be really hard to beat again. And I think the biggest issue for Aaron and the Pittsburgh Steelers will be next year, they're going to have to play really, really good football because the other two teams in that division, I think are going to be really tough teams that are going to be competing to go to the Super Bowl.
So let's talk Bengals a little bit here, Andrew, because once again, here we go. Even though they got T. Higgins done and they got Jamar Chase done, and that's great for Burrow, but we all know they're not done. And Trey Hendrickson is making $16 million, and that is not going to fly, as we all know. And Shamar Stewart, with the rare rookie leaving minicamp, saying that a team is interested in winning an argument more than winning games. And he hasn't played it down yet in the NFL. Do you think the Bengals are going to work this thing out in time for the season? Are you confident in that, Andrew?
Well, here's the positive if you're a Cincinnati Bengal. And, I think we've been trying to figure out ways to make it a positive situation for a long time when it comes to just how that organization sometimes takes care of these situations. They've been playing really good football and been a team that's competing to go to the playoffs, even gotten to a Super Bowl. And they've only ever had to do anything other than just get in the top 20 defenses in the NFL because they've been really bad on defense last year and the year before they struggled. And offensively, they're so freaking good. They're still a really good football team. So their positive is that. Their negative is here we go again. It's the same story. There's a disgruntled player, a guy who's upset with their contract, maybe a young player here that now it's a principal thing with the organization. And I can't imagine that this can't be something that Joe Burrow and those guys don't get really frustrated with. Because my biggest problem with teams and organizations when this happens is the lingering effect. It's when something like this goes on and on and on. You just see it every single year. We saw it with the Cowboys last year with some of this contract stuff. It just seems to be something that kind of erodes erodes a little bit of who they are and the nature of the culture of their team a little bit. When they finally get everything done, it's almost like that entire time of all that frustration has taken away from who they are on the football field, which is the worst part. And it just seems like Cincinnati, it's never just about, hey, how do we win games? Like I always used to say this when I was in Cincinnati in 2011 to 15, we went to the playoffs 5 times in a row, and we had a really young nucleus. It was like, man, we were right there. We never could win that playoff game, but you'd always say, well, what was the commitment that you'd see from them to do that little thing that might get you over the edge? And that was always the frustration. Like, why wouldn't we go sign one big free agent or make one big trade to just get us over the edge and have that full commitment from the organization? And it's not that I wouldn't say they're not committed, because obviously they've spent money, but why not just, hey, let's make this thing clean. Let's get everything done. Let's put all our eggs in the basket and let's go try to win a freaking Super Bowl while we have this unbelievable football team.
Andrew Whitworth with a State of the Union, no doubt about, right there on the Rich Eisen Show. Were you with the Rams in Hawaii? You were separate islands? You were just personal time?
I went with the Rams over there from Maui camp, man. We had it was a really fun couple days.
Okay.
It was unbelievable.
So, I mean, you get work done? Do the Rams really get some actual work done on a Maui camp, Andrew?
I'll tell you this, Rich. There was a little bit of, it's one of those that go out there, pat and go, act like you're moving around. I call it it seemed like one of those Pro Bowl practices, where you're just telling people you're moving. But right. I'll tell you what was really neat. I got an opportunity to be a part of, in partnership with Holman Lockers and 49 Degrees and the Hawaiian Tourism Authority. We were able to go to Lahainaluna High School. We were able to make a donation where their locker room will be completely refurbished with a full NFL style, professional style locker rooms for the girls and boys. It was really neat. Got to have a lot of their young student athletes there for the announcement. It was really cool to see their excitement for it and just to feel that love and appreciation from their side, and also just to get a chance to put some smiles on faces, have some fun. We did NFL Play 60 yesterday. It was a lot of fun. And then I took the boys out. We played some golf, me and Stafford and Davante and Higgs and a lot of those guys. So we had a good time.
Well, a couple of things. Number one, that's part of the reason why you got that beautiful trophy over your right shoulder is the community mindedness of that you and obviously the organization that the Rams supporting it have. So what are you gleaning from Stafford? He must be happy, obviously. Davante. So who's in this foursome? You, Davante Adams, Stafford.
Oh, we took a crew. I took about 12 guys out. We had a big crew out there, so there's a lot of guys. But I got a chance to play with. Man, I'll tell you what, Davante Adams. Listen, this guy's an unbelievable receiver. Rich, he's an unreal golfer. I think he shot 76, 77 out there.
Wow.
Listen, I was shocked. Not that he was gonna be that good. I knew he was real passionate about golf, but man, this dude, he's been working on his game. He's the real deal.
Well, I mean, he is as great as they come, dude. Obviously this just in, and I know Rams fans love Cooper Kupp and for great reason, and are not happy to see him go again for great reason. But you want to preview for me what Stafford and Adams are going to look like? You think? Adam?
Yeah. I think one of the things you pick up really from being around that group right now is this team is really confident, and I think they're pretty confident in who they are and what their chances of being successful this season are. But when you look at Davante and Stafford, I think it's going to be something where you look at really his ability. I've been to a couple of OTAs just to separate and get off the line and just watch how good this guy still is at his age. You go, man, I'm not worried about what his number of age of days he's been alive is, because this dude looks like one of the best receivers in the NFL still. He's still that kind of talent. And so, talking to him personally, like that means a lot to him. He wants to be one of the best receivers in the league every single year, and he doesn't want to be playing if anybody thinks he's a liability or he's not that. And so he is passionate to prove he's still that guy. And I think Stafford, just by his demeanor and happiness, is pretty happy to see him out on the football field and has had a really good, first couple months together. They've gotten a chance to get on the field a lot and kind of get a chance to work together and get that rhythm and feel. They're both pretty confident in who they're going to be this season, and you can feel it across that whole football team. And I'd say this, obviously Cooper Kupp was an unbelievable player, and those situations anytime they enter tough on an organization and as a whole, not just the players, everybody in that building that Cooper had a chance to touch. But this team will be different with Davante, because now you're starting to see a team where there's a lot of different ways they can beat you, because Davante's just a different player than Coop was in that sense. Not about how good he was, but a different situational guy. I mean, a one-on-one nightmare. And so I think it really puts this team in an ability where they can run it, they can throw it, they can do stuff with Puka and really focus on him. And then when they get in those situations on third down and you want a one-on-one isolation guy, Davante Adams can win. And so I think that it's going to be fun to see what Sean McVay does with this offense, because I think they have a lot of different ways they can attack you.
Hey, man, listen, I say this with the ultimate of respect. Davante Adams, in my mind, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. First ballot, I don't know, because it's wide receivers. It's always weird, wide receivers being first ballot or not. Pass catchers in general. I mean, Antonio Gates is another one. Like, how was he not first ballot? But I'm saying that to wind up for this pitch is I don't know the last time Davante Adams was the secondary receiver or not the focus of the passing game and can operate under the radar because of it. Because Puka Nacua is a top 5 receiver in the National Football League. Hands down, Andrew. And I'm wondering how that's going to look, man. Like, that is dangerous. If this line can be healthy, because we all know this is a run-first offense to begin with. Everybody healthy. Maybe Kyron gets paid. I don't know, man. Like, this is an under-the-radar Super Bowl contender as far as I'm concerned.
There's no doubt about that, Rich. I would definitely put them in that category. You can just, in that building, being around them this week, there's a confidence that these guys carry of who they think they are right now and where they think they can go. And you can definitely feel that. It's different, and so I could tell that they really believe this football team is built, if it stays healthy, to try to go after winning a Lombardi. And there's really not that's like, hey, that's the only thing we care about and the only thing we're saying. They really have this arrogance in the sense of in a good way of, man, you know what? We're a good football team and we're going to go to work every single day, have a whole lot of fun doing it. You think of some of the human beings that you're talking about. When you talk about Puka being a top receiver, he's also a top-notch, just vibe human. Like, when you're around Puka Nacua, it just seems like it's sunny outside and 76 degrees out there. I mean, that's just who he is. He's just the guy he is. And so all week watching him at Maui camp, running around with kids, so excited to be there, the energy he has. He's not, oh man, I have to be out here. They've got a great locker room and one that's going to be really competitive on the football field this year. So I'm excited to see what their year looks like.
Yeah, and Stafford's handled. You know what I mean? And that really did affect the rest of the NFL too, right? I mean, with Pittsburgh maybe kicking the tires on him, Giants kicking the tires on him staying put, that was a big splash. Your first game, because we haven't spoken to you since the Prime Video schedule came out last month, Washington and Green Bay. That is a great one to start off. Buffalo and Miami being another one. Week 5, San Francisco at the Rams. Who's more happy about that one, you or Al Michaels?
Oh, there's no doubt. You know who it is, Al Michaels. There's nobody more happy about that game. He might actually want to push it a couple weeks. That might be too early for him to get to stay home.
You got a Chargers game week 8, so you got that one.
Yeah, I swear, I don't know if Al built our schedule or the league, because looking at it, he's got a couple West Coast trips kind of just thrown in there every few weeks. I think Al had a hand in this one.
So who are we not talking about that we should? Give me that one for you before I let you go. Andrew, who are we not talking about that we should be?
I'm excited to see some of these teams that we've kind of just forgot about, and maybe we talk about them in the season of the way they compete. I mean, maybe in Arizona, a Carolina. Okay. I mean, I really think you look at Carolina, how they finished the year last year, just the energy and some of that, those things carry over. I can remember being in Cincinnati some of the years that we kind of turned things over, and it's like, man, maybe that year didn't end great, but those last 5, 6, 7 weeks, we really found an identity of who we were, and then it would play into that next year, our ability to compete in our division and try to get ourselves in the playoffs. And so I'm excited to see some of those teams that have made some good moves in the offseason. They've obviously acquired a lot of talent. Can they get over that hump and kind of become truly a contender in a lot of different ways? I think Arizona is one of those teams that every week you're like, man, the way they play, the style they play with, they could beat anybody. But it's got to start to become they go out and beat anybody in a more consistent basis. But they're fun to watch, and the attitude and the energy they come with. So Arizona Arizona, Carolina are two teams that I'm kind of like, all right, I want to see the jump. Also, Liam Cohen, being with him in L.A., I'm excited to see what he can make Jacksonville. I mean, he's got a lot of talented players there, and what kind of effect can he have on Trevor Lawrence and him getting to that next step? You know, he's got the contract, he's got the expectations, but can you live up to them? And where do you get to that next step for you as a football player? It'll be fun to see. I think Jacksonville added some really special football players, and they've got a lot of young, talented people, not only as in coach, but in the front office. So I'm excited to see what that organization becomes as well.
Yeah, I got another one for you, too. Week 10, Thursday Night Football on Prime Video. There we go. There's the TNF schedule. Vegas at Denver. Obviously Denver made the playoffs last year. In Vegas, man, I mean, Pete Carroll coming back. I think he's getting a lot of purchases of what he's selling already from some important people on that roster, Max Crosby being number one. What about the Raiders, man? That's another one.
Hey, listen, Pete Carroll's going to be talking about that three-legged dog and what it's capable of. And, he's going to be showing the videos. He's going to have them hype. I mean, this is what he does. And you know what he's going to do? He's going to crush some teams' dreams out there. That whatever your favorite team is when they play the Raiders, just know whatever the Raiders season looks like, they might beat them. All right, because that's who he is. And he's going to have those guys play. They've got talent already. But you know what Pete Carroll's going to do. That vibe and that energy and that locker room, they're going to think they can take anybody down right now. I think they may be a couple steps away still, but I think they're going to be a good football team. But Denver, I mean, I don't see any reason why they shouldn't be a really good football team this year, a team that really could make some noise in the AFC. Obviously, we saw them last year in the way they finished, but I think they're another team that's about to be one of those contenders, and they got a chance to prove it. Can Bo Nix in year two make the strides it takes to really make them a legitimate football team that people have got to worry about in the AFC?
Whit, great to see you. Next time I see you, I believe, is in Lake Tahoe for the American Century Championship.
Your game. Let's start talking about teams. I mean, is your game ready, or what's the deal?
What is that noise? What is that?
I heard there was a moan in there. I didn't hear it. It didn't sound like a good one.
No, hold on a second.
I think it was a great question. I'm curious as the answer myself.
The answer is that I am preparing.
Okay.
I am getting ready. I am taking lessons on a consistent basis to get some sort of a framework to
not hurt any fans or play well.
Correct. Yes, to be straight and narrow, that people can be safe. I will not be hunting in any sort of forested area while the rest of my threesome waits around for me. I'm gonna be ready, and not to compete, I don't think, but to be sociably enjoyable. Andrew,
listen, there's some nerves on those, especially those first couple tee boxes. There's a lot of fans. There's nerves. My first year there, just to tell you, I don't have the golfer confidence. My family, I felt, was too close, so I was actually waving them. I'm on the tee box, waving them to the right, like, move. That's too close.
Nice.
I did no confidence at all that this ball's going straight down the fairway. But you know what? It's a great time. It's an unbelievable setting. American Century does it right. So I look forward to it, Rich. We're going to have a good time. And listen, that's my number one goal every year. Don't hurt anybody. Don't hurt myself.
That's right.
Have a good time.
If I'm not mistaken, Davante Adams is in the field as well. And you just told me he's pretty damn good.
He's a player.
Okay.
Yep. I'm going to have a lot of pressure this year. I got a lot of matches. So,
Oh, I see. Of your own.
Yeah. You got the guys all, we always have our little indie matches. So I got a lot of pressure. Davante's a good player. Josh Allen and I got, we got some battles every year.
Who else is in your indie matches, Andrew? Who else?
Larry Fitzgerald and I have gone back and forth every year, kind of like up and down who wins.
Oh, is that a Walter Payton Man of the Year thing? Is that what it is? Is there like a who's finishing lowest out of the Walter Payton Man of the Year that participate?
I don't know if there's a lot of Walter Payton Man of the Year conversation going on most of the time when we finish these rounds. We're usually a little frustrated in ourselves, but Aaron Rodgers and I usually go at it a little bit. Patrick Peterson, there's always some good indie bets. It's always a good time. So we'll definitely do that. We won't be short of having a good time out there.
Hey, I look forward to seeing you there. Looking forward to hanging out. And by the way, I don't know if is there any competition on the karaoke front? Because I'm winning that. That's happening.
I will not
Andrew.
stand in your way on that front, okay? I'll be in the very back, hiding in the crowd just in case they're calling my name to come up there.
No. Trust me. I will carry it for you. Don't worry. I'm taking home that trophy if there's such a thing. That's going to happen. I'm confident.
All right. I'm looking forward to that.
Andrew, I look forward to seeing you. Thanks for the time. Always love catching up with you. We'll chat soon.
Appreciate it, brother. You have a great week.
Ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Whitworth here on the Rich Eisen Show. Everybody. Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.